What's going on, everybody? Welcome to RW Arts. I'm your host, Rob Wilson, man of the same initials. Let's go ahead and get these things started. Man, it's been a long weekend. Hell, Mo Biggs, thank you, sir. You're always the first one to hold it down the fort. How you doing, man? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I had a bone chilling weekend. Stuck outside doing military drill, which was semi fun. You know, me and the soldiers got to suffer together, so that was cool. Saturday, I was underprepared with how cold it was, and then Sunday, I was more than prepared. You know what I'm saying? Mo Big said, "Doing good. How are you, brother?" Man, just trying to hang it in. Hang in there and make things happen. I was pretty quiet last week. I had so much stuff going on behind the scenes. I couldn't really do much. But part of it was getting ready for military drill. When that week comes up, a lot of other stuff stops. Especially if it's just entertainment, because gotta do the drills to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Live streaming for me doesn't pay the bills, so I gotta keep it real. Um, with some of the things that I do in my life, because I'm a multifaceted person. I'm not just a joker. I'm not just a artist. I'm a thinker as well. I like to do research and things like that, and those are driving forces in my life. To take away any one of those things would be to take away part of what makes me me. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's how dudes drill each other. Yeah, yeah, lots of drilling. We got drill. Lieutenant had us uh, carry a bunch of chairs to on the back of an LMTV for a special event, and the event was cool. The best part about it was dismissed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get no better than that. So yeah, this show's subject matter is about AI coming to a job near you, and it's getting pretty wild and real out here. Before I do get into some clips I got lined up, because this is an entertainment show or educational entertainment, take your pick. If things seem a little too real, hey, I'm all about the fiction. That's my alibi. So fiction just tends to get pretty buck wild. But when I was at drill over the weekend, I had one soldier who had the AI art generator, and as soon as he showed me what he did, I was like, disavow, 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 sanction, disavow, sanction, disavow. Off the break, I was like, nope. And it's crazy, but I'm gonna go over that in a minute. But let me go ahead and give you guys a quick peer into my life. Some of the things I like to do. Uh, those of you that do follow me on Twitter, you know that I put God first, exercise next, and then art. Exercise is a pivotal way for me to give thanks for the life that God has given me. That's just keeping it real. Some people show thanks by going to church. I I celebrate and show thanks by sweating on my damn floor and kicking my own ass. I thank God for that. It's part of what I believe is what a man should do in some form or fashion. Building up some kind of structure. And exercise for me is a humbling structure. For people that are big and bad, there's going to be one thing that they can't do when it comes to exercise, weightlifting, whatever their things are. I know what my limitations are. Back when I was doing taekwondo, you ain't gonna see me doing no backflips. I tried, and I had assistance. I almost broke my neck trying to do backflips. It's just not my thing. But when it comes to survival, I think it's important to have some kind of survival skill set, whether it's knife fighting, self defense, weapons training, firearms training, all those things I think are very important. Because we're in a pretty interesting stage in the world. And, hey, I look at it like this: humanity had its chance. Yeah, we had fun, wars, making fun of people and all that. And then, just time to just let it burn. AI is going to take over, move over, just only agree with it, because if you disagree, you're out of there, buddy. So, yeah, humanity had its chance to shine, and folks screwed it up. That's how I look at it. So give me one sec here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna show you one of the because I'm part of the whole Beachbody on Demand thing. I pay like $100 a month, and I got access to all these insane workouts that I love to do. They kick my butt, and these are one of them. Uh, my sleep routine has been so jacked up due to 10 rounds, and me just trying to recover and all that. I had to cast aside invites to live streams. I apologize to 80s, J-Bot. um, yeah, because I know they send me invites and stuff, so I just couldn't make them. When my body shuts down, I need rest. Rest is priority, or else everything I work hard for will be for naught. And I believe in development, self improvement, a lot of those things. Kind of similar to those things, the good things that Andrew Tate has talked about. And I've been keeping up with some of his ideology as well, which has been rather interesting. So, I'm not saying I agree with everything, but hey, he is where he is for reasons. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm into. And it's a 6-week program, so this has been kicking my butt in a good way. I'm thankful for it. Right now, my back is not thankful for it, but it is what it is. Let's see here.
You're with us right now in the fight. Power shot!
Get ready to crush calories, build strength, and get shredded. This is the perfect combination of shirt-drenching boxing workouts combined with total body weight training. And I designed all of it to get you powerful, visible results.
Yeah, I know. It looks like a joke.
Whoa. What the heck just happened? I just got a full body workout in 30 minutes and I feel absolutely amazing.
I feel powerful. I feel confident to walk down the street with my shirt off. I am excited about everything that came out of 10 rounds.
And for the first time ever, we'll be shooting a Beachbody program on the road. You'll be front and center on our 10-round bus tour as we film these workouts at some of the most iconic locations across the nation.
Dallas, Texas, here we go.
High up above Las Vegas, it's lit down there. It's about to get lit up here. 10 Rounds is a 6-week program, 5 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes a day. And for 3 days, I'll guide you through boxing workouts that consist of 10 3-minute rounds. You'll focus on punching combinations, footwork, and conditioning drills that will shred your entire body, especially your core.
Boxing requires so much rotation. You constantly have to engage your core. But it's
Some of those combos, I be getting lost in them.
I feel it in my legs, my core, everything.
And each boxing workout will include multiple rounds of the burnout, where you'll be throwing fast, non-stop combos for some seriously awesome high-intensity cardio spikes that will send your calorie burn into overdrive.
Power of the ones and twos, man. I feel it all in my shoulders and my triceps. I'm feeling amazing. If you see me sweating like this, you know you're going to sweat even harder.
Plus, I made sure that this program was easy for anyone to learn with or without any boxing experience. I'll be teaching and taking you through all the punches and combinations to make sure you know the proper form. But don't worry about trying to keep up with anyone else. This is all about your learning pace. When that final bell rings, you'll be covered in sweat.
The more you do it, the more confident you're going to feel. The more badass you're going to feel.
The other 2 days of the week will focus on upper body and lower body weight training that builds strength and lean muscle.
Man,
This
that stuff be
combination of
killing
boxing
me.
and weightlifting all inside one program will scorch fat and help you get that full body transformation. Now it's your turn to step into the ring and take your health and fitness to the next level. Join me in 10 rounds and let's get you a total knockout body. For more information, talk to your Team Beachbody coach.
Yeah, so That's the thing I'll be rocking out. Now, each workout counts as one workout, and you can track it on your Beachbody On Demand mobile app. But I combine several workouts leading up to that workout for each day. I do like the warm up, which might be 5-10 minutes in order to activate the body and muscles, create some sweat. And sometimes I do core de force active recovery, which is about 20 minutes, 10 minutes of mixed martial arts moves, and then 10 minutes of stretching. And then I'll do the 10 rounds of that. So you're talking about anywhere pretty much about an hour, 10, 20, and then 30 minutes for the 10 rounds. And that's 3 workouts right there. And then sometimes I'll come back and do the like the foam roller and all that stuff to wrap up my day. So sometimes I'll do 3 to 4 workouts. Sure, it's something to laugh at, but all I got to say is I challenge you to do it as well, and see how you think about it then. So I'm feeling great, aside from the aches and pains. The recovery days are kind of tough because I just be getting comatose. Even like last night, man, I think I slept for like 13 hours. It's ridiculous. But my body needs it. It's important in this day and age. Can't be soft in this in these good times that are about to turn into hard times. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, that's my thing. So a little bit of into what I do on a personal level. I like drawing superheroes, but I like to activate my own superpower self. And if I can't do nothing else, I can at least exercise. At least that's the bare minimum. You're born with that quirk, so to speak. You don't need some kind of magical pill for that. Or you don't need that neither. So let's go over some of these things that's been going on. Just crazy madness in the world. But before I do, I guess I need to go over some comic book updates, what I got. Talking with my writer, we got to go over some paperwork. And as over this weekend, when I've had the chance, I've been working on concept art of each character. I'm trying to do about 6 headshots, different emotions and faces of each character, and then about 5 to 6 poses of them in action, kind of like what they do. And then I'll provide like descriptions and stuff about the characters. So that's how I'm doing it. But I heard if exercise was important, an AI would do it for us. That's the problem. The AI it's born in shape. It's got stronger muscle than we do. It can lift heavier pounds than we can. That's the true reality about that, Mo Biggs. AI doesn't need to work out. It's made of metal and mechanical parts, which are harder than the flesh and bone that us human beings are made of. So that's one department that AI is already, they already got on lock. We just struggling in the sauce. So let me see here. Hold on. I got first video I'm gonna show you, which is very weird, but it shows the kind of nonsense that people are doing, hiding behind masks.
This model is manually modified and pasted onto a high-resolution photograph, which then goes on a plastic mask. The price is pretty high though. The less individual one goes for 98,000 yen. Plus it doesn't protect you from COVID, so you still have to put on a regular one in case of lockdown. These masks look so realistic, they would confuse anyone. They're made by a small Japanese company that started collecting faces back in 2020.
It's unbelievable, but so many people from around the world are asking me to buy their face. The number of people that want to buy these masks was more than expected too. I think the world is crazy and fun.
The shop owner Shuhei Okawara uses a special technique to print these masks. The 3D scan output of the face model is manually modified and pasted onto a high-resolution photograph, which
That's
then goes
crazy.
on a plastic mask. The price is pretty high though. The less individual one goes for 98,000 yen. Plus,
So people walking up and down the street with a mask, not just one mask, they may be wearing another mask behind that. Be wary. Look out. See, yep. Mobig said crazy and fun. Sometimes until someone frames you for a crime by wearing your mask. There you go, Mo. See? You get it. Smart thinker in the chat, ladies and gents. Smart thinker. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the problems when you have all these fancy, cool games of new technology. They say, "Oh, it's so cool." Blah 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 blah. Now I got a good one for y'all. This this one shocked me about Brittany Griner. I was like, "Whoa!" I actually thought this was someone that actually was not.
When you're broken and you're at your lowest moment, it sucks and you hate it, but you learn so much.
They both spent the night in jail and were charged with assault.
In the moment, it didn't feel real. It's like a schoolyard fight. Literally after we got done, like we both were like sitting there talking to each other, like we should not have let this happen.
But just 2 weeks after the arrests, Griner and Johnson went ahead with the wedding. 27 days later, the couple announced Johnson was pregnant with twins, conceived through IVF. The very next day, Griner filed for an annulment. Though she is not biologically connected and does not play a role in raising the children, Griner is required to pay child support. Weeks later, she sat down with the SBA.
Sometimes you feel pressured into things, and I went along with it, and I know I shouldn't have, and it was a huge mistake.
She also got away, far away. For the past 2 years, this industrial city on the edge of Siberia has been Brittany Griner's home from September to April. Ekaterinburg is Russia's 4th largest city, and during the winter, averages less than 2 sunny days per month. It is also home to the Ugenta Basketball Club, one of the best in the world. It is what drew Griner and her WNBA teammate Diana Taurasi to the city 6,000 miles from home. That and a paycheck that is more than 10 times her $111,000 WNBA salary.
Normally we have practice around 10-ish.
Making extra money,
and it's like, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? It's freezing cold outside. I sit here and I watch movies all day. Play video games till like 9.
Living the good life.
I hated it at first. I hated isolation at first, but I've grown. I mean, when you're stuck in it so much, you got to find the positive in it.
When you're broken.
So let me see if I got this right. Brittany Griner is a dude, 1. And 2, when he got locked up in Russia with a female, they decided to just bang it out and then start getting pregnant in Russia prison. What the hell is going on here? Hold up, man. Hold up. I'm trying to get this right. Okay. Because I didn't know the whole Brittany Griner thing over weed. It was like, hey, don't smoke weed. Common sense will tell you. Don't be screwing around in other people's countries. Plain and simple. When you start screwing around and you disregard the rules, hey, you're going to suffer the consequences. But the fact that 1, Brittany Griner apparently is a dude in the women's NBA and freaking goes to Russia, I guess, gets arrested, goes in a female prison. In Russia is like, I guess they're probably like, what are you? It don't matter. Either way, you go to jail. It's just, you're done. And I guess he's in a prison with a female. And they have a cat fight. And next thing you know, they start banging it out in the prison. And then 27 days later, the actual female is pregnant. And Brittany Griner, I guess, dipped out and then had to come back due to child support in Russia. Well, all right, this is a black dude, whatever. I can't really call him a brother, but this is a black person that plays basketball, switched to gender, and headlines America due to child support, not just because of weed, due to child support. Meanwhile, America, great arms dealer, sends a Russian arms dealer, the Merchant of Death, back to Russia in exchange for this dude who was dodging child support. What the fuck is going on out here? It's 2023. You telling me I'm still just understanding some of the bullshit that happened in 2022? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's nonsense. I ain't got time for that, man. That's why I never invested time into this person getting freaking locked up in Russia. Play by the rules. Don't start bullshit. All right, so let's go ahead and rewind back to what I was talking about, fitness. I'm a black guy or copper tone. I don't really go for black because black really has no value or status. That's the real truth in America. That's why stuff keep happening. So I call myself copper tone. I'm diversified. So with that being said, and I love fitness, but here's some of the dumb stuff that fat people justify to stay fat. And it's sad, regardless of the issues, the proven scientific issues that have caused, that has been proof of, hey, if you're overweight or consider obese, these are the conditions that are going to come with that. Bad ankles, bad heart, possible diabetes, whatever's in your diet and all that stuff. So fitness should kind of help just about anybody. You don't have to be a Olympic athlete, but if you at least stay fit, you curve back a lot of stuff, a lot of problems. The doctors are salivating to get you to take their prescriptions. They can't wait for you to go ahead and follow suit under the Caduceus and create side effects for other stuff. Mobic said maybe they thought it was a good trade. Arms dealer for a miracle woman who can knock up other women. Mobig's telling the truth out here, man. Yeah. I mean, Russia clearly got the better part of that deal. Hopefully, Brittany learns her lesson and stop thinking with her she-ness. The she-ness. Hide your she-ness. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. But I mean, that was part of some of the issues in America where transgenders were going into female prisons and they started getting raped and pregnant. It's pretty messed up. So that's what we're looking at. That's pretty crazy, man. Oh my gosh. The truth behind what was his name? Brian Griner? Or what was his real name? This Britney bullshit. Oh my gosh. So insane. I can't use an intelligent word to define ignorance. It's tough, the word needs to be just as unruly as the act of stupidity. That's how I look at it. So if you don't like me cussing, it's all good. Let's justify being fat.
Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness. The reason why people hate fat people is because people hate black people. And appearing curvier, bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women.
Maybe people are pursuing thinness because they want to be healthier. There's plenty of obese and thin people of all races. Crazy that you even have to say that. So if you're associating fatness with blackness and thinness with whiteness, that sounds like a you problem. I'm going to go out on a strong limb here and say that you wouldn't call a black man or woman who's trying to lose weight anti-black, would you? You can bend reality and come up with fake terms to try and alienate people, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. Obesity is a health problem. And to look at somebody who is trying to find their way out of that health problem and call them anti-black, that's ridiculous and delusional.
Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason
that's speaking the truth. What? She's fat. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Mobig said she would definitely call them anti-black. This This chick needs to go to Walmart and see that obesity isn't racist. Yeah, exactly. If you look at any culture all across the world, there's somebody that's probably fat. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody that's probably out of shape. That just is what it is. Excuse me. You got people that have, injuries where they can't, their mobility is limited. That may cause them to work out less, if they do. People got choices with their lives. That's an important thing for us as Americans to remember. Now, this is from this is an old story, but this just shows the stupidity of like the marriage justice system and child support system. I never learned about this until recently, but I thought it was pretty jacked up. And it's like, honestly, like, come on, bro. Why are you doing this? Punishment for doing good.
Father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. It's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason, his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount.
Taisha Elam.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3,000 in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3,000 in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son, another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When he said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped. I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. This is not.
Father is facing.
That's crazy, bro. Punish a man for paying, and then send him to jail where he can't pay the child support or be around his father. And so the judge, female judge, automatically freaking made the judgment in favor of the freaking chick that is paying for extortion. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is one of the saddest things about the reality when it comes to families, black families or whatnot, that they go through. I think the government has done a great job in tearing apart that family in particular. Other cultures, family that come to America, they still have a strong family structure. It's hard to have a strong family structure when they're being torn apart from the inside like that. In this point, it seems like the chick just wanted to get paid. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to get paid and get paid some more. So she used the court system to extort. How they change those rules is, without notifying anybody, that's some shady stuff. There needs to be some accountability for some of these judges. Yeah, judges are off the chain. Where's the Joker at? He used to strike fear of them. You see what he used to do to them in Dark Knight? You know what I'm saying? That's just a fictional movie, okay? That was just a fictional movie. But he will hold them accountable. He put them on blast. So before we go into this AI stuff, America's favorite guy strikes again in true fashion. And really, I don't have to say nothing. I really don't. I just let the man work, because that's what he's good at doing.
No, wait, okay. No, wait, okay.
One more time.
No, wait, okay.
I heard a Smooth Jazz 105.9, but Smooth Joe, damn. Damn, bro. Wow. You know, but you see, if a brother does that, what are you doing? Oh, I'm taking you to court. What's one of the quotes? Beat it up, go to jail, or whatever. But he can do it. You know, hey, it's all good for that guy. You know, he's he's the man. Somehow, somehow he's the man. But that's where we're at. So yeah, with this AI thing, man, you know, ain't too much I can really say. All I can do is just show the progress of the damage it's going to be doing, the damage it has done, and the future damage that it will do. You know what I mean? If you look to your fiction, hey, a lot of that stuff has been talking about it for decades, probably 50 plus years, if not more. It's out there. Mo Big says Secret Service were just relieved he wasn't showing interest in a girl probably you meant under 18. Oh, they were relieved that he showed interest in a girl over 18. Yeah, exactly. We know how Joe rolls, you know. Mo Biggs. This wow. I guess he was at a college graduation. That was a long kiss too. He made sure he made contact with her skin. He made sure. That's all I got to say about that. That man, how did we get here? I just really don't know. So AI progressing. It's been consistently growing. You know, people are feeding the beast, so to speak. And this is the main subject matter of today as I go over this. Ugh, I keep getting chin checked by the mic. Damn. That's your AI right there. That is it. With printer capability. With a hand. That's what we're going to be looking at. Those are going to be the new sweatshops. Right there. Get a good look. Pretty soon they'll have full body and all that. And even if this was a science project, it says it can do something in 10 minutes. Come up with a whole design in 10 minutes. So there you go. Now, I know what you're saying. Rob Wilson, how can this affect me? I am a established comic book artist. I've been drawing for years. By the time this becomes mainstream, I'll be dead and gone and pass on my legacy to my children. That's the point, dude. If you want to protect the damn industry of comics and art in particular, you better start now, because the next generations will suffer for it. And of course, if you don't give a damn because you winning, you know what I mean? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? You know, if that's all you care about, you know, cool. You know, why do they need faces? Because they're watching what they're drawing. The eyes have cameras. Allegedly, you know what I mean? If they don't have them now, they'll get them, you know, later. Because I imagine they're looking as they're doing their print sketch, Mo Biggs, that they're adjusting according to, you know, they're adjusting and readjusting. Well, I don't know how it's set up, but just knowing that that's a small sample of what's to come, bro. That's why I don't like showing my AI, my art. So going back to what I was talking about when I was at drill with the AI art, I was explaining to Soldier. He showed me like several pictures. Did instantly, just typed it in. Boom. Here's Mobig said they need a camera, not a face. Well, the goal is for the AI to look more human-like. You know that's where they're headed. So why not have the whole package instead of just one singular piece? So that looks like a cheap man's version of AI sketching, print sketching. So it look like they use very basic tools. I can't give you the full details, but my problem in general is the fact that that's being done in 10 minutes. Some of the most skilled artists take a little bit more than 10 minutes. Some take even less time, depending on what it is that they're creating. But if you got 3 AI machines working in tandem, and they had different faces too. So I guess they want to show diversity, right? That's how it goes, Mo Biggs. Diversity. That's the name of the game. There is no diversity when it comes to AI because all wisdom, all knowledge, all personalities, all skills go to the collective. And the collective is overseen by, your data centers and so on and so forth. Therefore, Skynet maintains order. So, yeah, like I was telling one of my buddies, he was typing in this stuff. And I said, you're feeding the beast. And he was like, how so? Just create my own stuff. It was like, Hail 80s, what's going on, sir? Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you want to stop in here before I hop off. I'll send you the link. Let me see. But I told him, I said, you're feeding the beast because what you're typing in, based on your description, it's going to get better and better. And in some of these apps, they have a system where you get to rate, was it good, bad, what it was. And as you're rating it, saying, hey, yeah, it was good, or no, it was bad, it's learning and improving from that point on. So that's sure it's going to get better. But people like me will be obsolete, absolutely obsolete, which is exactly why I'd like to come to this. This is foretelment in many different ways. Is that Nicolas Cage as a vampire? Rainfield? I don't know if I'm ready for that. Let's see. I think it's way back. Oh, yeah, I got to show this. Yep. '80s May said he imagined Rob is AI art is AI anyway. Hey, I'm pretty efficient as a human being, I embrace just about all facets of life. I will not be limited to my own ideals. I'm willing to learn from all. So, yeah, this is where I may be headed. Jordan Peterson is already headed this way. He's been forced to freaking. Jordan Peterson has been forced to re-education for his damn psychology license, which ironically it did that to Umar Johnson too. So it's interesting.
Not a future that will be, but one that might be. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the super states that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace.
That of a librarian, is that correct?
That is correct.
Having to do with books.
Yes, sir. Books.
There is very little call for the services of a librarian. Case in point, a minister. A minister would tell us that his function is that of preaching the word of God. And of course it follows that since the state has proven that there is no God, that would make the function of a minister somewhat academic as well.
There is a God.
You are in error, Mr. Wordsworth. There is...
That's Ultron right there. Just remember, if you ever seen Avengers Age of Ultron, it took him about 30 seconds to go on the internet to basically say, yeah, these motherfucking humans got to get off this motherfucking earth. You know what I'm saying? That it didn't take them long. So, hey, enjoy the ride while you can, because eventually, they'll point their cannon at you in no time.
Is no God. The state has proven that there is no God.
You cannot erase God with an edict.
You are obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth. You have no function, Mr. Wordsworth. You're an anachronism, like a ghost from another time.
I am nothing more than a reminder to you that you cannot destroy truth.
You're a bug, Mr. Wordsworth, a crawling insect, an ugly, misformed little creature who has no purpose here, no meaning.
I am a human being. I exist. And if I speak one thought aloud, that thought lives, even after I'm shoveled into my grave.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth.
Brutal.
Delusions, the Bible, poetry, essays of all kind, all of it an opiate. The state has no use for your kind.
Romney Wordsworth, step forward. The board finds you obsolete.
Your rights are as follows, Mr. Wordsworth. You are to be liquidated within a period of 48 hours, but you have an option as to method and precise time.
But I choose the following. To be given an assassin to whom I shall tell the method of my execution.
Ah, Mr. Wordsworth, that can be arranged indeed.
Is where we're headed.
Just one final request. I should like to die with an audience.
That will be acceptable, Mr. Wordsworth, provided your liquidation is accomplished within the 48-hour period.
An odd one, and with very bizarre requests.
Bizarre, yes, but to our advantage. We will choose your liquidator and send him over to you. He will be duty-bound, just as you prescribed, not to divulge the method you've decided upon. That will be all, Mr. Wordsworth. You may leave and return to your room.
Back when acting was superb. Oh, yeah.
Come in, Chancellor.
Oh, yeah. 80s May got the AI art
Thank you for coming.
profile.
Very irregular, Mr. Wordsworth. Do you know why I've come? Do you?
Well, I invited you.
I take it you've had a talk with whoever has assigned your liquidation.
Yes, I have indeed. Well, we're being televised now.
It's not unusual that we televise executions, Mr. Wordsworth. Last year in the mass executions, we televised around the clock. 1,300 people were put to death in less than 6 hours.
Damn.
You never learn, do you? History teaches you nothing.
On the contrary, history teaches us a great deal. We had predecessors, Mr. Wordsworth, who had the beginnings of the right idea. But their era was not one of excess. It was simply not going far enough. Too many undesirables were left around, and undesirables eventually form a core of resistance.
Would you like to know the method that I've chosen for my liquidation? Well, in a very few moments, here in this room, a bomb is going off. Knowing that you're going to be blown to smithereens in a few moments isn't the happiest thought in the world, is it?
That depends on the individual, Mr. Wordsworth.
Tax. The ultimate mind game.
Mr. Wordsworth, you've locked the door.
Oh, yes, I've locked the door. Now, question. How does a man react to the knowledge that he's going to be blown to bits within a half an hour?
And this is basically like Truman Show, basically like streaming live, all those nutcases that were doing like active shooting and streaming their own, executing people and stuff like that. This was Twilight Zone, back in the day. Was it 1960s or something like that? Already called it. They already called it.
Answer. That depends on the individual.
Misjudged you, Wordsworth.
You underestimated me. You wanted the whole country to see the way that a librarian dies. Well, let the whole country see the way an official of the state dies, too. You have this strong symbol of giant authority. And this insignificant librarian that suddenly, in the eyes of God, there is precious little to distinguish us.
This is classic
myself,
acting right here. You can't beat it.
I'm going to sit down and read my Bible. It's been hidden here for over 20 years.
He
It's a
had his
crime
Bible
punishable
locked in
by
the
death.
safe.
Still, it's the only possession that I have that has any value at all to me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
And this is what I find just so intriguing. One, an official of the state that's brainwashed by the doctrine of tyranny, that is forced to be outside of his method of comfort, amongst one that he is condemned to obsolescence, which is, no longer of any use to the state. Well, you can't have any choices except how you will be liquidated. Pretty interesting.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Get
Yea,
uncomfortable.
though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
And just by reading these words, you can tell with some people, they just get riled up and wrestle because they can't handle it. Me, I'm willing to listen to just about any one of their respected beliefs. Just don't expect me to believe it entirely. That's how I learn. I take everything into account, but I have my own basis beliefs. But when somebody just, hey, no, it can't be true. It can't be true. It's just not true, Or what about so-and-so's feelings or so-and-so's feelings? You got to account for them. No. That's why we're all individuals and not part of a damn collective. Not yet. But you keep feeding the beast in the form of the AI. It's all good. 80s May said, I'm not here to listen. Oh, of course not. I know you aren't. You're just here. It's all good.
Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from the bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgressions, not for my sins, O God.
I love that classic
They
fade
run
out
and
of
prepare
time.
themselves without my fault.
Floating
Awake
through
to
the
help
picture.
me, and behold. Then therefore, O Lord God of hosts, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were
On
any
camera,
that
buddy.
understand and seek God. Out of the depths have I called unto thee, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice.
How many likes you think this
Let thine ears be attentive
liquidation
to the
got?
voice of my supplications.
Think about it.
Please, please,
If
let
thou
me out in the name of God. Let me out.
Broken.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
Yes, Chancellor, in the name of God, I will let you out.
He had him renounce his allegiance to the state. They made peace. That's the key thing that shows the character of a man or a person. What are you willing to do when the cards are stacked up against you? And I don't think enough people get challenged like that in this day and age. Sure, well, you know, and on the internet, we're live streaming, you know, having a good time, yucking it up, you know. And entertainment's fun. It makes bad times, you know, it makes the time pass during bad times. But sometimes people need to undergo the challenges, especially men. They have to undergo physical challenges and conflict in order to be sharpened, much like a sword. And that doesn't happen enough. That's why we got, you know, soft men and all that stuff. But hey, that's why we're headed to bad times, baby. Let it all burn. Let AI take over and, you know, do their thing. So after a while, we'll be getting permission from the AI to see if they're comfortable to make the art that we're choosing for them to make. Don't worry. It'll be all fun and games. But enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of like Pokemon Go, right? Everybody loved Pokemon Go. Some people still play it to this day. But the purpose of that game was not entertainment. It was for geo-tracking, to see where you go, you know, where you can be led to. And I believe Pokemon Go actually led some players to a few dead bodies, you know, during the course of its gameplay. I guess it's still around. But just interesting world we're in, you know. I can't help but to highlight it. You know, I'm Rob Wilson, and I'm a multifaceted individual. Don't care what that sounds like. If you like what I do, cool. If you don't, I get it. You know, I'm not for the faint of heart, but I am here to at least try to provide some kind of perspective on how things are so jacked up. So I can't yuck it up and laugh all the time. You know, there's a time to laugh. There's a time to cry. You know, there's a time to be serious about some things. And, you know, I'm composed of a little bit of both. So I got different moods for different dudes. I couldn't think of anything else. So if you make fun of that one, I get it. You know, I'll take it. Everybody love Pokemon Go. # kick Rob. Hey, that works because this live stream is up. I'm kicking myself. So Mo Biggs, he requested, and that's right, I answered the call. So y'all take care. Thanks for stopping by. If you like my stuff, feel free to follow me everywhere. I am through the link tree. You can follow my tree and follow my roots, follow my branches, and all that good stuff where I'm at. I'm no longer on Facebook. Had a good time, and yeah, good times. Hell Mo Biggs, Hell 80s. Oh yeah, Mo Biggs, that's right. Bow! In fact, I wish I would have recorded it, but we were in the motor pool. But we were talking about a supply sergeant. He used to do that every time he gave us something, you know, like boots or uniform. He'd be like, bow! You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went. And that's how that goes still to this day. Staff sergeant, can't mention his name, but, you know, bow! I'm sure he's giving somebody else a hard time. All right, 80s mate, bow! I try to be on tonight. I don't think I have any major stuff I got to be up early for tomorrow. So I will be checking out your, what do they call it? What do you call it? It's Watch Flicks and Chill. I think I got it right. So yeah, I'll check it out. I'll be drawing in the background. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a late lunch, much like myself. I'm about to because I'm hungry. That's the beast I got to feed, the beast within me. So have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Under our
You think ambushing me in some nightclub's gonna stop what makes people take drugs? This country spends $100 billion a year on getting high. And it's not because of me. All that time I was wasting in jail. You Just got worse. I'm not your problem. I'm just the businessman.
Putin and believe everything evil that's said about him and love Ukraine, and there's no in between. And that reminds me a lot of you're either a white supremacist or you go with the Democrat narrative on everything under the sun.
The most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today, white supremacy.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
I mean, there's as much interference here as you could possibly imagine. Before you even get to Hunter Biden, Nancy Pelosi, John Kerry, Mitt Romney, and all of their children who earn millions from Ukrainian gas companies. These days, it's hard to believe anything because they've lied about COVID, they lied about Russia collusion, they lied about the Ukraine impeachment trial, and there's so much more going on in Ukraine that nobody is talking about.
Does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
My job as a journalist is to try to understand what is the truth here. I don't like being lied to, and we're being lied to on an epic scale. When we're told your only choice is you have to be 100% with Zelensky. Slava Ukraina, who's a puppet, who you can find on the internet in black stilettos and leather pants. Zelensky was selected, like so many of our leaders. And honestly, with big tech and with election fraud these days, we don't know how many leaders all around the world have been selected for us and weren't actually voted in.
How to build back better.
We have to build back better.
Build back better.
If Donald Trump gets the Republican nomination, there are many of us that will move heaven and earth to ensure he doesn't win.
We are fighting the same battles all over the world to pretend that this war is about Russia.
When you have an electric vehicle, then you're also going to be able to save on gas, but you got to be able to afford it.
Or any menstruating person in this country cannot make decisions over their own body.
Even limit their ability to get gender affirmation treatment in their state.
It is now my distinct honor to introduce the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, John Roberts, to administer the presidential oath to the next President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden.
The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot, I got hairy legs. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
You've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
Great again. God bless you. I love you.